so we on the move. Aye.
Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Russell Westbrook. This is first game in his new Phoenix Suns uniform.
Man, that trade is something that has just electrified this entire fan base, the players, the people working for the organization. They think it may be that piece of the puzzle necessary to finally get this team over the hump.
And Stan, here we've got two of the highest scoring teams in the entire NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, there's firepower everywhere with these two teams. So defensively, you can't take away everything, but you have to try to take away something.
Limit some things, right, Coach? You can't stop everything on the play.
Not at all. You've got to pick your poison and decide what you can live with.
Now here's Gobert, following the shot by Kevin Durant. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul. Here is Edwards. His point totals exceed any reasonable expectation. Somehow he's managed to average about 34.5 points a game. Now here's McDaniels. Clock at 6. Over Hawkins. The shot by McDaniels, no good.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Three-pointer. The rebound by Steven Adams. Pass to KD. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. Right. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals round.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And with this score of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Phoenix grabs the miss.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And you just love how quickly KD gets into his shot. No wasted motion.
And here is McDaniel. After the three-pointer from KD. It's hauled in by Adams. The Suns leading. Durant inside. And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, rising up for the throwdown. I love seeing KD finish with some power.
Here's Randall. Another miss by Minnesota. Suns leading by 3. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is the human cheat code. Bradley Beal says of his new teammate, he's 7 feet tall, he can shoot the ball, he can do everything. It's a little unfair. I get a bit jealous sometimes. I wish I was 7 feet, but nothing he does really surprises me. When he's in attack mode and locked in, there's nothing you can do. Kevin?
Not a single darn thing. You're so right. David, thanks. And it's KD with the rebound. And here are the Suns now. Inside. And then Durant with the dunk.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Randall left side. Pass to Edwards. Picked by Randall. And he drops it in from the low post.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
Here's KD. Done outside. .106 left to play in the first. Counting.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Both teams will make substitutions. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Here's KD. And then Durant with the jam.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for his. This guy is just so unreal.
Gobert the screen. And here's Edwards from the arc.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
To the inside. Bol uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
KD looking around. From the arc. It's good from long range. KD's got 16.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And so... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Now, here's Westbrook. Down low, Iguodala. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Iguodala's got his first points in this one. Here's Shannon. It's blocked. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. And hammered home.
A playmaker in every sense of the word. Westbrook is pretty much a walking triple-double.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Now here's Westbrook. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Pass to Iguodala. And what a play, just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Dillingham with it. Now Bol defending. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Beal. Still yet to score. And the shot is good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And let's get an update on the Steven Adams injury with DA.
Hey guys, Phoenix's head athletic trainer gave me an update. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious. Now, it's just November, so they do have some time to make adjustments, but it's a blow nonetheless. Guys?
David, thanks for... checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning four-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
And with a smooth, fluid release, Beal's jumper does wonders for his team's offensive positioning.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Miller. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. No one near him. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Shoots the three. It's hauled in by the Suns.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
2 points. That one goes.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Gobert the screen. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting. Their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Here's Shannon. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Just 2 to shoot. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. It's Beal on the wing. This one for 3. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Beal's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Suns. Pass to Dillingham. Back to Alexander Walker. Stolen by Robinson. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Here's Iguodala. Outside, Beal. With 4 seconds on the clock, here's Iguodala.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And so it's Phoenix controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Now Hawkins. Nothing on the board. Adams down low. Shot clock at 6. Back to KD. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
The Suns making a switch here. Hit by Reed. Randall outside. Burks with the steal. The finish. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Suns leading by 22. Outside, KD. Six on the shot clock. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
Oh, Kevin Durant. Unreal.
Picked by Randall. And here's Edwards from the arc. They get it again.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Walker taking his time here. It's hauled in by Edwards. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Mike Budenholzer is called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Randall left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up on the high post. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Outside, KD fires the 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Randall from outside. Walker with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. It's Edwards on the wing. Gobert the screen. Pass to McDaniels. It's deflected, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Suns leading by 20. Done outside. Screen by Bol. To the middle. They need this one. And the dunk by Bol.
And selfless play by Beal, using that pick and roll action to create for a teammate.
For 3, Edwards. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Driving in. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Phoenix.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
6 to shoot. The shot by Beal, no good. Timberwolves trailed by 19. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Pass to Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Edwards. Now McDaniels. Puts up a deep 3. Iguodala grabs the rebound.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
It's Edwards on the wing. 11 points in the game. Hits the three-point bomb. Edwards got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
And timeout is called by Mike Budenholzer. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Stolen by McDaniels. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Beal. And the dunk by Bol.
Now, that's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. No good with the triple. And so it's Phoenix. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They
54.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Here's DiVincenzo. Banked in off the glass. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
And like his father, Manu, Bole's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
Back to Edwards. Missed inside.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there's a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. It's Beal on the wing. Wide open. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Here's McDaniels. Off target from three-point range.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another three to fall.
Beal taking his time here. Pass to Bol. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Bol with the unique combination of height and skill. That's a challenge for any defender.
That free throw, no good. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
Substitution on the court.
Edwards looking it over. Pass to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. Right at the free throw line. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 19 points.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
And now we'll send it over to our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, for an update on Julius Randle. D.A.?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Minnesota's head athletic trainer. He informed me that the knee was bent slightly backwards and is indeed hyperextended, but that there does not appear to be any structural damage. These early season injuries are tough to come back from, and it'll force them to change the rotation. They'll have to switch up all of those off-season plans to see what changes they make. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Phoenix leading by 14. Outside, KD. And the basket is good. 22 points for him.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Outside, Edwards. And he drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Edwards got 15 points here in the second half.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
And then Durant with the jam.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Right side, Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Well, you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
Beal gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Over in the corner, McDaniels. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple of years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
Outside, Edwards. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
KD's shot is off.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with a three of his own.
Edwards, no good.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Outside, Durant takes a three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Edwards inside. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Trains the three-pointer. And the Suns lead by 12.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
And finished off by KD. So it's the Suns winning easily here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well,
I'm Euro stepping high. Cooking, yeah, I'm chefing. I don't miss like stepping now. In my section live, I say come here and she comply. Then proceed to throw it back on me. That throw me on my. She think I'm a layup, then she must not know about me. She think I'm the one. She must think that I'm Kyrie. Learn to shoot the tray. Young, been had a J like take time. Falling that, stand tall in that. She think I'm 8'1". I'm a hooper to be honest. Truly a baller, baby. I'm like Luka, I'm like Giannis. So you could Hall of Fame me. I'm so far from JV. I'm Kobe, I'm Mamba, baby. I 24-8, do what it take. Keep a full tank, all gas, no brakes. I'm throwing hundreds. Look at how they ballin'.
take him. All right. He is going today, really? Okay. Jay. Jay, cut it out.
Get the
You got this coming up.
Get the out my way. 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 Move. Get out the way. If you plan on heavy stepping, girl, you better start shape. Peter Piper. Call me Mrs. Parlay. And I'm carrying these. Why you say I do that when I didn't do that? Pull up looking like a lick, then I spite off in the best. Victoria, she a 2 feet kicking. We on just doing